Good morning, students. This is your teacher, Miss Kavita Kapoor, and today we are going to revise chapter number 2 of the book Flamingo, which is the Lost Spring. As you know that I have already taught you this chapter in the class and we have already done the question answer of this chapter. But to revise this chapter again, I have decided to make this audio and I have decided to teach you the brief summary of this chapter to you again. But after watching this video, you will have to read the chapter thoroughly so that you can get each and every point written in this chapter. So without wasting much of our time, let's start the chapter. In this chapter, the author has told us the childhood of two children. Two children who have lost their childhood completely. Lost means losing something. Childhood is the best phase of the human life. This remains for few years, but it is an unforgettable period. We can't forget the moments that we have spent with our family, with our friends, and the things that we have done already in our childhood time. So, but in this chapter, we are reading about the two children. First name is Sahib and next one is Mukesh. Sahib's full name is Sahib-e-Alam, but he doesn't know the meaning of his name. And Sahib-e-Alam, the meaning of his name is the Lord of the Universe. Means the person whose name's meaning is Lord of the Universe, but that person is doing the work of rag picking. He is the rag picker, so how he can believe in himself that yes, I can be the Lord of the Universe. The person, the child who has lost his childhood completely because he has all the burdens on his head of his family. How a person loses his childhood? A person loses his childhood when he becomes a responsible person in his family. For example, if you have all the responsibilities of your family on your head, you can't enjoy any of the moment of your life. Because at that time you have to play the role of a responsible person, a responsible member of your family. We have to earn, we have to go outside, we need to earn for our family, we need to feed our family because we know that somebody is waiting for us at our homes and we have to go back to our home with the money in our hands. So that's the situation with the Sahib and Mukesh, both of the students, both of the children you can say. But the situation was different. Sahib has accepted his situation as he was, but Mukesh has not accepted the situation. These are both of the children, means both of the persons are from the deprived sections of the society and they have been exploited by the humans. Means we are neglecting those children, we are neglecting those students who really want to do something in their life, but we are not giving them the chances for that. We always give the first preference to those who have a lot of money with them and who really want to do the show off, who are selfish. We really want to give the chances to those persons. But we don't want to shine those students also who have the courage in them to do something special for their families, and we just give them the work to increase the child labor in our society. And this chapter is clearly based upon the child labor. So Sahib came from the Bangladesh, Dhaka. Okay, so he explains his story and said that one day the author saw the Sahib and he asked the Sahib his full name and he asked Sahib that why don't you wear chappals? Means you always come in our society barefooted. Can I know the reason behind this? Don't you have chappals with you? Or don't you want to go to school? At this he replied that I want to go to the school but there is no school in my neighborhood. So at this, in a very kidding way, in a very funny way, the author asked the Sahib, if I would open a school in my near my house, would you come to my school? Would you join that school? So at this, the Sahib replied confidently and said, yes, I would surely come. But it was a funny thing for the author, but Sahib took this thing so seriously, and after some days, Sahib came running to the author and asked the author that have you opened your school? Can I come to your school from tomorrow? At this the author got shocked and surprised that I was just kidding to this child, but this child took the things seriously. So that thing hurt author a lot. After some days the author asked Sahib that why do you come barefooted in my society? If you want to do the rag picking work, if you are the rag picker, you can do your work, but at least you should wear the chappals. At this he replied that no, I am having the chappals with me, but my mother have thrown those chappals in the tand. Means you can understand the meaning of tand kya hoti hai. This is that particular area above your wall where you can place all the things, all the extra things of your house. You can keep all the things there. So that is the time he said that my mother has thrown my chappals there. So when she will take out the chappals from that place, I'll wear the chappals then. So he got shocked and he started laughing that what the child is saying. So after some days, Sahib changed his job. Sahib started working at the tea stall and he had to carry the canister of the milk, heavy canister of the milk, and he joined there in the rupees as a salary of 800 rupees per month. So he joined there, and after some days, means he was very sad, he was very upset, he was not happy to go there. He shared his experience and said, I'm not happy to work there because I'm not the owner of my work there. In the work of rag picking, I was the owner of myself. Nobody could instruct me, nobody could give me the instructions that you should do this work like this way, you should do this work like that way. Nobody could give me the instructions, but now I have to work according to the instructions given by my boss. I'm not the boss of myself now. I really want to do my rag picking work again. I want to be my own boss. I don't want any other person to be my boss. So, what do you learn from this thing? When we become used to of doing one thing, it becomes very impossible for us to leave that work or to come out from that situation. For example, if you are facing the problems in your life for few years or since many years, so you become used to of that thing, and if something good happens with you, it becomes unexpected for you that you didn't expect this thing and something unexpected thing happens with you. So that was the same situation with the Sahib also. He became used to of those things that were happening with him, and he was not ready to accept those things that yes, something good is happening with me. He didn't want to work. Only you can differentiate that rag picking work. Was rag picking work better than the work of working in the tea store, or working in the tea store was not much better than the work of the rag picking? You must reply that yes, working in the tea stall is much better than the working as a rag picker. But he loved his work of rag picking because nobody was the boss. Nobody was his boss in the work of rag picking. He was the boss of himself. But there was a boss in the tea stall, and he didn't want the boss in his family, in his life actually. So that was a part first. Means he had lost his childhood. He really wanted to hang out with his friends. He wanted to play. He wanted to laugh. He wanted to enjoy each and everything in his life. But he didn't get the chance of that. He had the burden of his family on his head, and he wanted to earn the money. That was the only focus of his life, and he did the same. Okay. So let's come to the next part, the next story, which is related to the child whose name is, yes, right, Mukesh. So Mukesh is from Firozabad, and Firozabad is famous for the bangle making industry. Every second family of Firozabad works in the bangle making industry. Why? It is their profession. Means from the generations they have been doing the same thing, and they want their generations also to do the same thing in the bangle making industry. In the bangle making industry, they have to face the hazardous conditions. Means they have to work in the dim light, and it affects their eyesight also. Skin problems were also, but they neglected all those things, and they really wanted to do the same thing. Mukesh was one of those persons who really wanted to do something different from all the persons living in the city of Firozabad. His dream was different. He was thinking differently, but he didn't know how could he accomplish all those things that he was thinking for. What did he do, and what did he say to the author? He said to the author that I want to be a motor mechanic. I don't want to work in the bangle making industry of Firozabad. I want to be a motor mechanic. Okay, just remember this thing that his dream was very much different from the other person's. What was the other person's dream? Other person's dream was to work in the bangle making industry of Firozabad, but his dream was to become a motor mechanic. He wanted to become a motor mechanic. He thought differently, he worked differently, and he wanted to accomplish his dream. But he didn't know how to become a motor mechanic. When the author asked him, how would you become a motor mechanic? Then he said that first of all I would learn that how to drive the motors, and then I would learn the work of motor mechanics from this shop. He just told the ways that how he is going to accomplish his dream to the author. But author was not completely satisfied from this thing. That's why he asked Mukesh to show his house to him. And he took the author to him with him to his house. And his house condition was very poor. He was living in a dirty condition. Means the author was shocked to see that the person who belonged to a very poor family, his family is very poor, but still his face is shining with his dream. And he blessed the Mukesh that may you fulfill all your dreams that you are thinking for. My blessings are always with you. But still, remember, don't forget to work hard for your dream. If you have set the dream, if you have mindset, if you have set your mind that yes, you are going to accomplish your dream, then you should put efforts for that. And one day you will definitely achieve the goal of your life. So the main basic thing, the basic moral of this chapter must be, means we should not take the chances from those children who really want to do something special in their life. Means so many schools are there, government schools are there, private schools are there. They always give the opportunity to those students who have something special in them, who have the courage to get everything, to achieve everything in their lives. So support those children, support those students, and just say no to the child labor. Okay, all the best. Read this chapter thoroughly. Still, if you feel any problem, any doubt, you can text me or call me anytime. I'm always there for you. All the best.